Strength.
Strength.
Good strength right there.
Helps give us the strength and courage to carry on.
Lord, I pray you give me strength to carry on.
To run cross country and be successful, you need two things: endurance and strength.
You must save all your strength for the work that lies ahead.
Work.
力量
Strengthen.
Strengthen.
But it'll strengthen our position and force them to get rid of Longson.
Dare I suggest that your present course of action might simply strengthen her resolve?
Reading about the Eagles, talking about them, just to strengthen the good luck thing that you're in.
Think it'll strengthen the relationship or something like that.
Well, the doctor's just trying to strengthen my veins.
加强变强
Stress.
Stress.
Again, let me stress the not as weird thing.
Having him in my life causes me nothing but stress.
I'm trying to unwind from the stress that is my life.
No, this is a figment of my imagination caused by too much stress.
Well, you can always see our on-site stress counselor.
压力加压力语
Stretch.
Stretch.
And do not stretch those things out.
Could you just help me stretch it out a little?
That's a real stretch.
There at the head of the stretch, and Sham is the leader.
Trying to go deeper and deeper and bring her deeper and deeper into a stretch, yes?
伸展可伸缩的
Strict.
Strict.
I'd suggest a strict salad diet with a bit of peppermint on the side.
I've consulted with state police and the FBI, and with their help, a strict curfew of 8 o'clock p.m.
It's just that sometimes you need to be strict.
Strict shaving regimen.
You do know that the resort has a strict no nudity policy, right?
严厉的
Strictly.
Strictly.
Have a little bit on the side while we spend money on clothes, makeup and shoes when we don't, as you say, strictly need them.
I can assure you my intentions are strictly honorable.
Strictly routine.
This raid is strictly non-lethal.
Well, our relationship was strictly reporter subject.
严格的
Stride.
Stride.
And when he finally does get out of the gate, it takes him forever to find his stride.
Big stride, big stride.
The man that I learned the piano from is a stride player.
The stride is gigantic.
大步迈大步走
Strike.
Strike.
Police and armed forces are mobilizing to find Lensher before he can strike again.
He held his head high and waited for the next lightning strike.
Ooh, strike 3.
Strike one!
Strike when the pens are ready to drop.
罢工打
Striking.
Striking.
I mean, there's a difference between, say, striking and occupying the factories and violence. The sort of violence which is going to stop a government backed by an army in its tracks. I'm striking Shaughnessy's testimony from the record as irrelevant.
It's like striking oil in a world that hadn't invented internal combustion.
It's been confirmed that it's the unintentional side effect of the Russians striking one of their own satellites.
You have striking features.
醒目的
String.
String.
I even dragged that little string on the ground and it just flipped out and scratched the hell out of me.
I mean the string, not the whistle.
La la, something with string.
Now, years ago, Russell might have freaked out waking up in some unknown place next to a stranger.
线串起成一串
Stringent.
Stringent.
Before the blood is tapped and cartoned, each donor is placed on a stringent diet and subjected to scrupulous hematological tests before any blood is tapped.
Of course, any public disclosure of this assurance would negate the deal and produce the most stringent denials from our government.
See, what we're trying to do here, under the most stringent conditions ever applied, is to quantify
Something a little more stringent.
Stringent security surrounded the funeral in Beverly Hills today of music executive Nicky Marin.
迫切的
Strip.
Strip.
And I got her in a game of strip poker.
I wish they had them in the strip club.
Michael specifically said that he did not want one of those skanky Vegas hoe weekends and he hates strip clubs.
Girl, they are...
When I command you to strip your garment off, you do as you are told.
If you just came out of a 1-hour photo in a strip mall and your agency is clearly a front for something illegal.
长条脱衣脱衣服
Stripe.
Stripe.
I'm walking around, I always get the gray stripe. I never get any color, and I hand it in to be cleaned, and someone cleans it and folds it neatly back in my drawer, but who?
I'm wearing white pants with a red stripe.
It's the blue wire with the white stripe, not, I repeat, not the black wire with the yellow stripe.
Vertical stripe.
You girls seen a brown bag with a white stripe, my initials?
斑纹
Strive.
Strive.
Boys, you must strive to find your own voice.
I think that as black people in America strive to throw off the shackles of mental colonialism, they will also reflect their desire to.
Meanwhile, I shall strive to protect our empire, as my father would have demanded.
These children are the future that we strive for, and so they should have the very best of things.
You will give the people of Earth an ideal to strive towards.
努力
Stroke.
Stroke.
I think he's having a stroke.
Maybe I'll fake a heat stroke next session.
The worst thing that's gonna happen is they'll get heat stroke.
When you're paddling, you're basically gonna be doing a crawl stroke and coming over the top.
Your father had a stroke.
笔画划尾角
Stroll.
Stroll.
Out for a midnight stroll?
Oh. Remember, it's a stroll in the park.
Thank you, Mr. Perry, for this stroll down Amnesia Lane.
Would you mind if we took a stroll on our own?
You can't just quit on us, stroll up, and be welcomed back by everyone.
闲逛
Strong.
Strong.
And it's a risk I don't think I'm strong enough to take.
Eric should stay strong.
Jeez, you're strong.
I came on too strong, right?
You're so beautiful and strong.
强壮的强劲的
Strongly.
Strongly.
Given the 14 years already served, as well as its extraordinary level of cooperation with one of this office's most important investigations, we strongly endorse his petition for early release.
Dear, this is a decision I feel very strongly about.
I feel really strongly about this, Rachel.
Very strongly against it. You felt so strongly.
强有力的
Structural.
Structural.
Several experts have been lined up to testify against the Bailey's structural integrity.
The structural plans for the Death Star to find the reactor.
These are the blueprints for the structural ironwork in Dana Barrett's apartment building, and they're very, very strange.
Update me on the structural and compositional analysis.
Well, I could go to Hall of Records and check out the structural details in the building.
结构的
Structure.
Structure.
Interference from the structure.
Sir, this pulse is clear of the structure.
Societal structure.
There's like a structure to it and a time component, and it's like complicated, but basically no.
To sustain the delusion that her children never died, she's created an elaborate fictional structure. She gives us all parts to play in that fiction.
结构构成
Struggle.
Struggle.
No sign of a struggle.
Now he begs you to help him in his struggle against the Empire.
Or someone slipped him a sedative so he wouldn't struggle when he was injected with something.
Without even a struggle?
You'll struggle to understand her.
斗争努力
Stubborn.
Stubborn.
I didn't say you weren't stubborn.
I mean, he's strong and sure. Stubborn.
Listen, you stubborn son of a bitch!
Sure, stubborn, sweet.
You are so damn stubborn and naive.
顽固的
Student.
Student.
And maybe he's a foreign exchange student from Portugal.
And when we make a commitment to a student, we ask the parents to make a commitment to the school.
I'm a student, a law student, or I was, at Ohio State.
So you're saying multiple student loans?
Who is also the president of her class 2 years running, an honor roll student, and the new president of the Lutheran Sisterhood Gun Club.
学生
Studio.
Studio.
Get a nice studio.
I booked some studio time tomorrow.
If you let me stay at home in the studio.
It's about a shitbag producer, studio exec who murders a writer he thinks is harassing him.
Why don't you stop by my studio sometime?
工作室
Studious.
Studious.
He's a quiet and studious boy.
I'm only interested in studious things.
On the one hand, we have the victim, Meredith Kircher, a studious young woman who was soon to return to London for her mother's birthday.
They're not exactly the studious types.
I had a very studious household.
爱好学问的
Study.
Study.
Because I really hope I don't have to study all that.
I'm trying to study.
I've come to join your study group.
So, Leo, where did you study law?
Study all the works of William Shakespeare.
学习
Stuff.
Stuff.
Dracula's too slick to fall for the usual stuff. I blended all that gross stuff you wanted.
There's my stuff.
Usually when JD gets off work, we gossip about hospital stuff.
What are you doing with all this stuff?
原料装填狼吞虎咽
Stuffy.
Stuffy.
Am I scared to go over to his table of stuffy fat guys?
And that's why it seemed like a pretty good idea to me to get boys out of crowded cities and stuffy basements for a couple of months out of the year.
My apartment was stuffy.
The living room was still stuffy from last night's cigars.
Well, I mean, you're funny, you know, and you're loose, and most pastors are uptight, stuffy.
闷热的
Stumble.
Stumble.
Be questioned by a federal agency about piloting an airliner drunk, an airliner that crashed, and you continue to drink and stumble around. What kind of crazy you have to be to do that?
She gets up only to stumble onto the carriage, slump into another seat, head still rolling.
So you just happen to stumble across my secret turn-on the same night that you and Mike became BFF.
That stumble was simply to buy me time.
We all stumble from time to time.
绊倒使绊倒
Stun.
Stun.
About stun guns and nets and bear traps.
I warn you, if you don't lie on the floor, I will have to stun you.
Maybe a direct hit from plasma cannon might stun him long enough to...
Plasma cannon granted.
Set phasers to stun.
Went back to my office and found out that you took my gun, got another gun and the stun gun.
使昏迷昏迷
Stunning.
Stunning.
And that one subject is stunning.
You look absolutely stunning.
You look stunning. Your home is stunning.
打昏迷的
Stupid.
Stupid.
I'm sorry, but it all could have been prevented if you just let me make a few stupid payments on your truck.
I'm telling him that I was wrong, and I'm sorry, and I totally want to listen to his stupid stories.
Jillian, you know what'd be really crazy and funny and stupid to do tonight?
What was this stupid, unfair question?
You stupid son of a bitch!
愚蠢的
Dirty.
Sturdy.
Although she's sturdy, so Bernard might have been a better fit.
So sturdy, so straight.
Sturdy sons of bitches. These are sturdy, very...
Well, I see her as a sturdy, healthy, but decidedly homely child.
强健的
Style.
Style.
And I know that's not the coolest stomping grounds for a bunch of starving artists like yourselves, but let's just do our best not to cramp each other's style, okay?
Because the place needs to look perfect for the in-style shoot.
I suggest an unflattering style in a hideous color.
Is French classical style at its height.
You're so cute. I like your style. And I know what you mean when you give me a flash of that smile.
风格称呼
Stylish.
Stylish.
And number two, I love your stylish clothes.
Good Lord, one of them really is wearing a very stylish cap indeed.
Gotta get you something more stylish than that.
He's stylish.
How stylish of you to joust in an antique.
现代风格的
Subject.
Subject.
After all, you are a Catalan painter, and that's my subject.
Too, it would bug me a lot less if you were able to maintain a relationship with our subject for longer than a couple of months.
I can't work with a single subject.
I've agreed to be the subject of our next gallery.
Okay, can we change the subject and get off of me?
科目服从的在条件下
Subjective.
Subjective.
But he is also introducing a highly subjective...
It is our subjective sense of becoming what we are instead of what we were.
Merely a vivid subjective image.
Morality is subjective.
Subjective human experiences and terrible things and
主观的
Subliminal.
Subliminal.
Babe, as much as I love hearing your subliminal message voice, can we take this upstairs?
He does all our subliminal tracks.
Okay, so what if there are messages that aren't subliminal?
Pacts, user agreements, subliminal messages.
The English language, it is all about subliminal domination. I mean,
下意识的
Submarine.
Submarine.
And don't come back, you human submarine sandwich.
I'm a bad guy on a submarine.
Like a submarine.
No, he is my submarine guy. He resurfaces like every couple years, and we have the most amazing 3 days together. Only this time, he's coming for 2 weeks.
One aircraft carrier, 2 cruisers, 7 destroyers, and a submarine.
潜水艇，海中的，用潜水艇攻击。
Submerge.
Submerge.
It must submerge my own personal views to carry out the express will of the people.
Point of fact, it never pays to submerge too deeply.
The scuttlebutt is that we're going to try to submerge at daybreak, and I figured if you've got to go, you might as well go big.
We even have a team of archaeologists checking we're not about to submerge the Ark of the Covenant, which would be unfortunate, you know.
You don't just submerge our phones into a bucket of beer.
No.
使进水，潜入水中。
Submission.
Submission.
And we were hoping you might clarify a couple of points concerning your submission.
It says that you are willing to have the residue of your sentence commuted to submission to the Ludovico treatment.
It was published before the submission date.
That a woman learn in quietness and in full submission.
You cannot beat a river into submission.
屈服
Submit.
Submit.
Did you submit your designs already?
So, we asked everyone to submit concerns and questions anonymously via the intranet.
So, you'll submit Chen's offer to your board.
You'd have to submit an application.
使服从，屈服
Subordinate.
Subordinate.
He was your subordinate.
Let every person be subordinate to the higher authorities, for there is no authority except from God.
Persistent in subordinate behavior.
This is my first home where I'm neither dependent nor subordinate to anyone.
属下，下级的，使居下位。
Subscribe.
Subscribe.
But I subscribe to the law of contrary public opinion.
I mean, I subscribe to you guys.
Or I will subscribe him a coward.
So tell me, Mrs. Fane, to which faith do you subscribe?
捐献，赞成。
Subscription.
Subscription.
Are you sure you didn't stop the wrong subscription by mistake?
I have been reading your magazine since my parents got me a subscription when I went away to college.
It's an old-fashioned magazine drive, so for every subscription that you pick, I get points for it.
It's deflating to find out the only way I can be part of it is to take out a subscription to your magazine.
Well, look, I'm glad we helped you out, but, you know, it ain't for subscription.
捐献
Subsequent.
Subsequent.
Judging by the height and extent of the subsequent damage, traces of fabric.
Subsequent attacks increased 10,000-fold overnight, spreading exponentially.
Their subsequent trial turned into a sick, pathetic circus.
Well, then it covers just that, the Watergate break-in of June 17th and the subsequent cover-up and investigation.
What was not explored is the relationship between her loss of faith and subsequent revolutionary views.
后来的
Subsequently.
Subsequently.
And it was subsequently discovered that the German ambassador...
I'm not moving across country. I met a man and subsequently his wife.
I subsequently discovered that there is no death certificate.
It is unclear why his daughter was subsequently murdered or even where, for she was almost certainly killed and then moved, police sources say.
The tomatoes moved from the bottom shelf to the top shelf and subsequently uncooked the spaghetti.
后来
Subsidiary.
Subsidiary.
Are you somehow a subsidiary?
For several years, the bank and its subsidiary companies have been the object of allegations of disreputable business practices.
That's a subsidiary of Western Wool and Flax.
The others run by Kojima, a French subsidiary jointly controlled by the Japanese and Germans.
We won't be a Crown subsidiary.
子公司
subsidize,
Subsidize.
It wasn't, that effective, and Bruce has to subsidize boxing and fencing footwork.
They give you cheap travel when you're unemployed and subsidize you when you're looking for work.
You can't subsidize farming.
给补助金
subsidy,
Subsidy.
Because Grandpa, I sign a subsidy all day.
He would retain his palaces and be paid an annual subsidy of $4 million.
I bet all of you are getting subsidy checks from the government, right?
If he could get the mail out of here twice a week on schedule for 6 months, he'd not only get a long contract, but a subsidy.
Is there any chance of government subsidy?
补助金